Yes, family. All right, 10th of July. Still coming in with my little second story for the day. All right, and I found this one interesting on a few different levels still. So hopefully you may feel the same. The headline being inside the Leicester sweatshops accused of modern slavery. Yeah, and loads of us that are sort of on this YouTube thing, that recent months there has been conversations had about modern day slavery, etc., etc. So let me just get into it anyway. So like I said, inside the Leicester sweatshop accused of modern day slavery, and you can see the authors there. So what I'm going to do first is allow this video to play still, because I think that might give a little more context as well.
We've seen outbreaks in food factories and in clothing factories. There's some quite significant concerns about some of the employment practices in some of the clothing factories in Leicester.
I was getting £5. And then for me it was like I'm working for free. I'm taking this big risk.
And was it safe?
Not at all. It was as normal as before the war. No gloves, no mask, no social distance, nothing at all.
Government absolutely could do more. And I just wonder if this was a different community, whether help would have been provided much sooner so that workers weren't exploited in this way.
We want to take 5% of the complete fashion market sales, like online fashion market sales. Because if we can do that, we can really show fast fashion brands like there's money in this, and then we can change the industry. We want to be a platform that will be useless in the future because everything will be sustainable. We also just need to get used to that fashion is not as cheap as £3 for a t-shirt, like someone else is paying the price. And I think the truly hard part about this is that £3 is it's like nothing for most people. So they also don't feel like such hardship when buying something, even though maybe somewhere in the back of your head that it's not ethical and that someone else is paying the price, it's so little money that you also don't put that much value on it. And I think the important part of getting more into slow, ethical fashion, sustainable fashion, is that we learn that clothing has to be worth something.
All right, family, so that was a short video, so I'm going to now read on. We heard them mention Boohoo, so let's read on. Let's go. So it goes, fast fashion giant Boohoo is facing an investigation into accusations of modern slavery after it emerged garment workers at factories in Leicester, UK were being paid just £3.50 an hour. An investigation carried out by the Sunday Times last week found textile workers producing clothes for Boohoo suppliers were being paid far below the UK minimum wage of £8.72 while working in unsafe conditions. Boohoo issued a statement on Wednesday saying it was shocked and appalled by the claims in the Sunday Times. The company faced criticisms earlier in the lockdown as workers' rights group Labour Behind the Label reported that staff at the Leicester factories were being forced to come into work while sick with COVID-19. Leicester was the first British city to face a local lockdown after a rise in coronavirus cases. The spike has been associated with the city's textile industry, which has continued to operate throughout the pandemic. Fast fashion factories in Leicester, are a long-standing issue, with authorities often struggling to find evidence of modern-day slavery despite the prevalence of sweatshops in the city. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to play this other video still. So I think it's the same gentleman that was above. Let's see what he says.
Whole world was in quarantine, especially UK was in quarantine. That time I work as well.
And can you tell me about the conditions? Sorry, can I help you?
No, nothing.
Okay.
I'm allowed to listen.
Yes, of course you are. I just wondered why you were standing there.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
that's true.
No, you can't stop me.
I know I can't. No, I just was asking you what you're doing.
Just listening.
Okay. All
Sir,
right.
I don't mind.
Okay,
Don't mind.
excellent. So tell me about the conditions inside the factory that you've been working in.
Very bad. Imagine in lockdown time, it was like I'm in a prison. Yeah, this guy is telling something. I don't want him here.
What? Oh, it's okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell the truth. I'm gonna tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
Yeah,
No
yes,
problem.
sir. I don't care about nobody. He's trying to.
Yeah, just stay there for me, Nick.
Yeah.
Just stay there for me.
Sorry?
Nothing. Just stay. Don't let these people intimidate you.
That's what they
Is
do.
this part of the problem?
Exactly.
Just explain what's happening right now.
Exactly.
Just tell me what's happening right now.
Look, I'm telling you the truth, and this guy is explaining to other guy. This guy is telling the truth. What's going on in these factories?
Do you know who these people
No, I
are?
don't know them, but I know them. They are bloody belongs to these factory
Yeah.
owner. Yeah.
So they've come here, and you're saying they're intimidating you on purpose.
That's why.
Okay. Okay. So you're a migrant worker, Nick. Is that?
Alright, family, so that was them interviewing a gentleman that works in the said factory and seemingly reports of being harassed by the factory owners, so it says in this tweet there. So let me continue with the story still. So it goes on. After recording extraordinary sales in the early weeks of lockdown, as the Manchester-based company capitalised on its customers' desire for comfortable clothing, Boohoo's market value has dropped by more than a third since the Sunday Times expose was released. The fallout has seen the brand dropped from another online retail platform, with Next, ASOS and Zalando all cutting ties with Boohoo and its subsidiary brands Nasty Gal and Pretty Little Thing. Boohoo's management has launched an independent review of its UK supply chain and pledged an initial 10 million to eradicate supply chain malpractice. Okay. Fast fashion, a disaster for people and planet. It goes on. Environmental experts have been long calling for a total abandonment of fast fashion in order to prevent an ecological disaster. The fashion industry is one of the most significant polluters of the world, responsible for 10% of global carbon emissions. As the public grows increasingly aware of the human and planetary costs of fast fashion, more and more ethical alternatives are emerging. Project Cisse, for example, founded by Noor Vedhoven and sisters Melissa and Marcella Wingarden, is a tech startup which has recently become Europe's largest sustainable clothing platform. We want to really show fast fashion brands like there's money in sustainability, explains Van Hoven. Then we can change the industry. We want to be a platform that will be useless in the future because everything will be sustainable. Okay, family, so a different little piece there, but I find that interesting still, like I said, for a couple different reasons. Here we go. Call it. But yeah, man, leave your comments below. As I said, let's try and get interactive. But yeah, so you know, talks of modern day slavery. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, there's the issue with the environment in terms of fashion and just basically a surplus of clothes.